Based on the 2007 book by the same name, Call Me By Your Name is a 2017 drama romance directed by Luca Guadagnino, starring Timothee Chalamet, Armie Hammer, and Michael Stuhlbarg. The setting is a crisp, dry summer in 1983 on a magnificently sweeping Italian villa. Elio's father is an esteemed Greco-Roman professor who invites one young American to stay with them every summer at their villa. When Armie Hammer's Oliver arrives in the scene, a passion is sparked in young Elio, who is brooding and sophisticated, but still clearly a teenage boy at heart who's just beginning to explore manhood. A love blossoms between Elio and Oliver that's unexpected, fleeting, despondent, visceral, and above all, human. Like the protagonist Elio, Luca Guadagnino manages to capture those same brooding, somber, and melodramatic tonalities. Call Me By Your Name doesn't rush to its conclusions, but rather tiptoes there to keep you fully engaged but never quite satiated. The characters are really given enough time to flesh out their perfections and their imperfections so that by the time we finally get to the romance, you do feel like it's really earned and deserved. Many other films could not pull off the slow, quiet burn of Call Me By Your Name so efficiently, but Guadagnino is clearly a master of his craft here. The aesthetic of the film feels humid even to watch. Somehow, Guadagnino and company managed to capture the exact feeling of being in Italy in the summer in 1983. Not that I was there, but I imagine, and place it on the screen in front of us, and you feel it. It feels visceral. It feels like you're experiencing the exact same climate that the character's experiencing. That's something Guadagnino fleshes out in a lot of his movies, is nature and its impact on man. And by doing that, he almost makes nature, as Roger Ebert put it in his beautiful review of this movie, Guadagnino makes nature a character in itself. And that's clearly present in Call Me By Your Name, with the humidity and the summer and the breeze and the beautiful landscape shots that we get. This film is shot entirely on 35mm, and it gives it that really classic feel, and this really works to its advantage here. We're actually taken out of our seats for a little bit, out of our daily lives, and put into the daily lives of these two individuals in a 2-hour experience that feels so wholesomely refreshing, but risky and chaotic all at once. We're taken on such a roller coaster of emotion and entirely swept away. So much so that you almost forget that there's not a flicker of CGI or camera trickery at play in this film. It's just real, human experiences. When film is stripped away of all of its fluff, it becomes increasingly more and more difficult to tell a truly passionate, engaging love story. Guadagnino stomps on that notion and exceeds the bar with Call Me By Your Name. Sufjan Stevens provides the perfect backdrop to all the moments that is meticulous and sparse and haunting. This movie feels most brilliant at its quietest moments, and most of the movie is basically silent other than the dialogue taking place. Elio spends a lot of his time transcribing and studying classic piano, so we are gifted gorgeous classical compositions whenever he sits down at his keys. And Sufjan really is able to play on the classical music being portrayed in this film and create a new, entirely fresh soundtrack that feels somber and eloquent, and it perfectly portrays the feelings being expressed by our two main characters, and truly is one of the most excellent soundtracks of the entire year. Call Me By Your Name might not be easily digestible for everybody who goes to see it, but in every sense of the word, Call Me By Your Name is damn near perfection. Never before have I felt so swept away in a love story as this one. Luca Guadagnino gave this film everything that it needs to grab onto your heart, hold you there, and keep you glued to your seat until the very last scene. You won't be able to look away. Timothee Chalamet is fantastic in this role as Elio. He's so young, and he's already in 3 amazing films this year, including Lady Bird, which will also probably be up for Best Picture, and he's earning himself a lot of Best Actor nominations already. Armie Hammer is believable and endearing as the older Oliver, and Michael Stuhlbarg really steals the show as Elio's father with his final monologue of the film that will leave you in tears. The spacious, sparse, eloquent, and instantly classic Call Me By Your Name is getting a 9 out of 10 from me, you guys. This is right up there. It's one of the top 2 best films of the year for me, right there with Shape of Water. Let me know below what you guys think of Call Me By Your Name. Seek it out at a theater near you. It is getting more of a widespread release right here in January right now, so go out and see this film. Take your loved one, take your parents. This is a gorgeous film for the ages. Thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of Brown Couch. Of course, I'm your host, George Crow. I love sharing my movie reviews with you guys. I do one weekly at least. If you guys like what I'm doing here and you want to help support independent YouTube content creators, click thumbs up, comment down below, and hit subscribe if you want all my fresh content. See you guys next time from my Brown Couch. George Crow signing out.